Hey guys, welcome back to the Rotmg playthrough. This is episode 77 and welcome back. You guys are probably like, what the heck, guy? What the heck? Why are you making videos on Saturday? Well, there was an extremely big update that happened yesterday that I looked at, and this is huge because it's doing class balancing and other things, yeah. So, first things first, I'm going to be putting all the patch notes in the description below. It's mainly on the Kabam forums. Yeah, so if you want to check those out, the full thing, that's going to be in the description below. I'm just going to be doing the kind of the summary of it. So, first thing, the Halloween Nexus was implemented. So, that means that, the look of the Nexus, the big pumpkin, and if you've ever played during Halloween, yeah, it's almost the same every year. But, okay, so, there's a whole bunch of stuff that happened to the Puppet Master Theater, the classes were added to the Puppet Master Theater, so, I think the enemies, other classes were added, and then the, tarot cards were increased, their drop rates were increased this week. New class, 3 class were added for the Alchemist today, not just today, I mean yesterday, sorry guys. Anyway, there's class rebalances, which is the reason I decided to do this. The priest, the base attack was 12 to 10. Well, it was 10 to 12. Speed went up, the dexterity went up by 5, and the speed went up by 5, okay? Paladin, speed went up, base speed went up by 5, and max speed went up by 5, and then the defense went up from 25 to 30, which is pretty big because as a melee class, most melee classes have their ability, the shield on a knight gives you plus a certain amount of defense, and same with warrior, but the paladin does not. So its defense is pretty low, and that's why they buffed this. Next, the paladin's dexterity was also it was decreased because of the defense buff, and then there's also rebalancing done to the mystic. The mystic's dexterity went up. And then, so some of the weapon changes that happened were that the wands, now they do piercing, the tiered wands, and the crystal wands does armor piercing. But the crystal wands also had its range decreased to 9 instead of 10.1. So, it's, better. But, I mean, the range is not better, and the damage was decreased, but it's armor piercing. But, that's crazy, because armor piercing is going to be just gonna make it a lot easier for the wand classes to get DPS, and now that the tiered things do piercing, not armor piercing, but regular piercing through enemies, then it's gonna make it a lot easier for the wand classes, like I said earlier, to get DPS in. Next, just for the tomes, they've added the buff that the paladin gets, the little plus thing. So yeah, then T6 was given a self buff that increases your speed, like the warrior. Makes you speedy, I guess. Oh hi. No, I don't want that tarot card, but thank you. Okay, now the seals were added, a new effect that makes your maximum HP go higher, which is basically, so if I were to take my ring off, then it would go back down to whatever it is, and then if I put it back on, it's buffed up to 825. Same with the paladin, it gets buffed up depending on your tier of the seal. And then the Oreo has -4 defense but +4 speed now, so that's great. Anyway, the orbs were, I'm not sure, I've never used the orbs, I don't use Mystic that much, but they added this thing called Curse to it, which increases 50% of the incoming damage. So if you're an enemy and you get hit by the radius of the orb, so let's say this is me, the enemy's right there, and then it gets hit by the orb, then it gets a status effect called Curse, which is, it basically doubles your damage that you do to it, which is making it more of a support class. And yeah, so Berserk was also added to the T5 and T6 tiered orbs, which is making you shoot faster, which I'm just assuming they're trying to make it more of all the support classes have better DPS. And also, if you get it in the range of the enemy, if you get the enemy in the range of your stasis, then it gets cursed, but there's a little border outside of the stasis range that you can also get the curse. So yeah, that's it. Sorry guys, that's been taking a while. Sorry if there's a lot of uhs in there, and yeah, I was just trying to remember all the stuff. I got a paper about it too. I printed off patch notes because there's a ton of them. Yeah, it's just crazy how much they've done. Which I would surprise it's not a 24.2 instead of just they're going right to 25.0. So yeah, I guess that's actually really big that they've rebalanced some of the classes. They haven't done that for a really long time, and most MMOs or RPGs you do that quite often. Like in Guild Wars you don't do it, but they did do it, but they haven't done it for a while. Anyway, yeah. So that's it. This is just gonna be gameplay for now on. Thank you for watching. Yeah. So I'm just gonna be doing gameplay. Screw it. We'll just end this episode right here. So this has just been covering the update. Sorry if you guys like gameplay, but this has just been covering the update of the 25.0.0 update, and I'll see you next time. Bye.